Banana cake day in our home. The kids love it every time I make this banana cake recipe. So we're starting with our ripe bananas. I'm using 4 ripe bananas. You have to mash it until you get that paste. Then we're going in with our eggs. I'm using 2 eggs for this recipe. Once you put in your 2 eggs, you whisk properly, make sure everything is smooth. Then next we are using sugar. I'm just using half cup of sugar for this recipe because I don't want it to be too sweet. Then we add in our milk. Then whisk all the ingredients all together thoroughly. Then we go in with our melted butter. I'm using 1 cup of melted butter for this recipe, 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then my vanilla syrup, a little bit, like 2 covers of the vanilla syrup. Then we go in with our all-purpose flour. For this recipe, I am using 2.5 cup of flour because I don't want it to be too thick and I don't want it to be too runny. I just want a very smooth consistency and fluffy. And next is to grease my pan. That's the parchment paper. I'm putting a little bit of oil so the cake wouldn't stick to it. And for the cake to come out well once it's baked properly. Before this, I was preheating my sand because I'm using my cooker, so I was preheating my sand already. And I placed my batter inside the pot that I was going to use for the baking, and emphasis on low heat please. And then I kept on checking and checking. You can see I was going back and forth to check, and here the cake is finally ready. Please allow the cake cool down a little bit before you bring it out of the pan. I was just trying to finish up the video. That was why I was bringing it out while it was even still hot, and then my children were already waiting for me to give them this yummy goodness. And just see how lush this cake looks. It's moist, it's fluffy, you know, it's so tasty.